going. Right. Record in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, there we go. That's running. There's sound and stuff. I can see everybody's faces. This is actually going to be the right number episode that I say this week because I wrote down not what I was looking at as opposed to what I was supposed to. I need to write the correct date down, otherwise it's not going to be September 14th again. So let's just scribble that out, and it's going to be September 21st. September 21st. First. All right, there we go.
This is episode 300, right?
Yep.
Okay,
it's
good.
the 12-hour extravaganza episode. It's going to be a real pain in the ass to edit together.
We have Miyamoto on.
Right, we all good to go?
Yep.
Yes.
Sweet. Right. Because there's like quite a bit of news and stuff for us to talk about, I think we'll just skip like long form talking about Metroid. We can just all sort of like say a little bit about it in our lightning round. And I don't think, Kelsey, you've not really played anything else, have you? So.
Well, other than Splatoon, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, you can fill 3 minutes with that easily.
No, I can't.
Unless you die. Yeah, you can. You can do it. I believe in you. Just talk. It's fine. We'll probably just join in anyway. Cool. Right. Okay. Let's do a podcast. Right. Okay. Here we go. Nope, that's not too heavy for my keyboard. Brilliant. Right. Okay. Oh, hello. Put your respective things down, flip them, and then reverse them. It's Talking Games episode 164. Yes, got it. I got it right. I got the episode number right this week. Yay.
That might be the only thing you got right.
Yeah.
Probably. Why? Did you not want to put your thing down, flip it, and then reverse it?
Not on air.
I've seen you work it.
Oh, every day.
Every damn day. And also, by the way, it's Thursday, September the 21st. Just in case you've lost track of time. So I am Huw Perry. I have 3 lovely co-hosts with me this week, who are Sam Suvak.
Hello.
Mr. Matt Wood.
Hi, everybody.
And the person who public transport appears to hate, Miss Kelsey Lavati.
Hi.
Bless her, she had a nightmare getting home today. So first things first, we have a baby news. Hashtag baby watch. We can announce that Bobby and Karen, their little baby boy, has arrived. Little Desmond was born on the 15th of September. 7 pound 4 ounces. Baby and mother are both healthy. Bobby was there. So massive congratulations and love to all 3 of them. Justin was supposed to be on the show this week, but he's got some life things going on, so we send love his way too. So we've got a good chunk of stuff to talk about this week, so we'll kick right into lightning round. So Kelsey, you ready to go? She's smiling. I assume that means yes. Brilliant. Okay. Right, 3 minutes and go.
Alright, so I haven't been playing much. I had a problem with my 3DS. I was going to talk a little bit about Metroid, but due to that problem and the fact that I'll be writing a review about it, I'll let Matt and Huw take care of that. Other than that, I've just been playing Splatoon. I've been leveling up. I'm at level 9 now. But I haven't been like testing a lot of the different guns. I find I'm stuck now in the paint roller, and that's the only one I want to
I love
play.
that one.
Yeah, it's the best one, and I got it
It is.
second. So I feel like everything that that I get after now, I hate all of them.
I have this weird thing where I'll find a gun that I really like, but the super is crap. So I end up like I tend to find the weapon I pick goes around what the super is.
Mm.
So
But what I've been doing is trying to like really dress nice. So I'm trying to pick like the best boots, the best jacket, the best hat. I don't know. I'm like really, I've never like cared about that kind of, I guess. But for some reason, I really do with Splatoon. So I spend a lot of time in the shop, and I'm like, oh, do I really want dual splatties? I don't know if I'll like dual splatties. And then I buy them, and then I don't like them. And so it's a struggle. Other than that, I haven't played.
You know you can test weapons, right?
I did not.
Oh yeah, you can test
I
all
did-
of them before you
I
buy
did
them.
not.
Oh, Kelsey.
Well, there you go. That solves
Are dual splatties a
my
weapon?
problem.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're like
I thought they were shoes.
no.
So,
They're two guns, and everyone who kills me with dual splatties. So I was like, hey,
yeah.
these are like the best guns. Apparently not. They don't work for me. I don't kill anyone. I only use this paint roller to kill people.
Paint roller's the best, man.
Yeah.
It is. It's the best one. I haven't played like I haven't played like a salmon run yet. So I don't know what this meme is. I don't get it yet. I can't wait to get there. And I haven't played like there was a match like ketchup versus mayo. Like I haven't played that kind of game yet. I don't know if it's come out yet. Splatfest, yeah. So I don't know when the next one.
Yeah, they had two, and then I hadn't heard any since
Okay.
that flight versus invisibility one.
Yeah, I
don't
think
see
there
anything
was
else.
about 3-4 weeks between the ketchup versus mayo and then the flight versus invisibility. So I guess maybe in a week or two we might get another one. So,
Okay, that's cool. Because I really wanna do it. Like I wanna fit in. I wanna be part of a team.
it's really cool as well because you get when it's over you get rewards depending on your contribution to your respective team. So if you choose like flight, the more games you win, sort of like for that team, you get these little like orb things. And you saying about your appearance, you can spend these orbs. If you see someone in the game world, like in the square, and you like the clothes they're wearing, you can like tag their look and then go to this guy and spend these orbs on buying that look for yourself. So the Splatfest is really handy if you want to look cool and trendy while you're splatting people. So
I do.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Well,
The
ideally.
most important.
That's why you bought the dual splatties.
you gotta double splats. Yeah. I don't get on with the dual splatties either. I can't remember which gun I use. It's kind of just like a rapid fire like machine gun thing. But I just like it because it's got that like super where you fly up in the air and then you're firing like rockets while you're in the air.
I love that one. I'm so jealous of everyone who
Yeah.
has it.
That's the only reason why I use those guns is because I like that super. It's but the rest of them are rubbish. There's one where you just like shoot a cloud up in the air and it's just raining ink and it's just like, what is that even doing? Like by the time the ink hits the floor, everybody's just like, yeah, whatever, spray over it, whatever, dude. No good. Right. So next up, we will go to Sam. I think you ready to go,
Alrighty.
Sam?
Yep.
Cool. Right. 3 minutes on the clock and go.
Okay, so I restarted my GameFly membership just to try some stuff out, maybe not buy as many games, and I got Injustice 2, and I remember Kelsey saying that was a lot of fun, the story was really good, so I was pretty excited to just try it out. I'm not good at fighting games, so I got it, and there was something wrong with the disc. It installed and everything, but it never let the story mode be available to me, and I don't know why. I like deleted it and reinstalled it and it never quite worked. But I did get to play just like some basic single player matches and then the multiverse, where pretty much both of those you just kind of pick a character and you go do little battles, and it's a lot of fun. Again, I'm horrible at it. I couldn't get through the tutorial because I couldn't figure out how to do all the combos, and I just got frustrated. But luckily, that tutorial lets you skip any move that you can't figure out. So I was like, thank goodness, because otherwise I would never have progressed.
Yep, I feel you on that
but
one.
The stuff I could, yeah. The stuff I could do was a lot of fun, though. They really get into the characters and give them unique abilities and different functions. I ended up playing Blue Beetle a lot, which I haven't read much of him, but he has these little like dagger hands that come out and let you slash at people, and then he has something kind of like pom-poms on his hand that like bash people. So I mean, it was fun. I mean, I could tell GameFly that it's broken and send me a replacement, but you know, I'll miss out on this story, but I think I got all that I need to get out of it. It's fun, it's cool, but it's ultimately not, you know, something that's going in my collection. But I'm glad I got to play it. And then this last weekend, Dead by Daylight had the free weekend for everyone, and I had a blast with that game. That game was so much fun. So it's similar to Friday the 13th in that one person is the killer and everyone else is trying to escape. But the maps are a lot smaller. You have to repair generators to open the gate to get out. And it is so hard to repair these generators. It takes forever to sit there and repair them. And then these quick time events come up for you. And they're just hard. I don't know why they're so hard, but it was horrible. But they've got a lot of different monsters, like Michael Myers. There's this one nurse who kind of like floats around. There was some guy who had like, I don't know, I think I was like infected a little bit with madness, and there'd be like static electricity around me every once in a while causing trouble for me. But it's fun. You get to, in Friday the 13th, you have to just pick your preference to either be the killer or the counselor. And in Dead by Daylight, you can just straight up say, I'm going to play as the killer, and it just loads you with 4 people who want to be the survivors. So
that's cool.
It gives you a lot more flexibility in who you want to play. One thing I was playing with Cody, and we found out you can't play with a buddy and have one of you be a killer and one of you be a survivor. Like, it just doesn't, unless you do like a completely
Really?
custom match. Yeah, you could do a custom match if you had like 5 friends and you wanted to do it together. But if you're playing online with other people, it doesn't let you like split your party like that.
I guess
which,
that kind of
I'm like,
stops
that
you
sucks,
rigging
but
games.
Yeah, it really does. Because I mean, anytime I was the killer in Friday the 13th with Cody, I'd be like, Cody, please help me. I can't do this. So, there's always some
that's true.
of helping, cheating, however you want to call it. So it's not a bad thing. But yeah, that game it's fun. I got a video out for it. Apparently people find it amusing.
It's
There's
hilarious.
lots of cursing in it.
I was
yeah.
in stitches. Like, it's probably got more F-bombs than the South Park movie.
Yes.
Like, it is.
It's
It's
like
I was
a constant stream.
crying, laughing. Like, especially when the QuickTime events. There's one moment where you're like, I hope I don't fuck this up. And then the QuickTime event comes up and you fuck it up and your dog's like, fuck. Oh, I really fucked that up. And then you start again, and then the bad guy appears and you're like, shit. It's
so nerve-wracking. I mean, when you screw it up, it makes a really loud noise,
Yeah.
and he gets notifications so he can see like which direction you are. So you have to be like, well, I know he's probably coming. Do I try to work a little bit more, or do I just run away right now? And then you also have to try to heal your teammates, because that's really important. It took me a while to figure that one out. But man, it's so much fun. Just FYI, this is coming out. This is Thursday, so tomorrow the sale ends. So if you're listening to this right away, you can still get it for $20.99 on PlayStation, which is a fantastic deal. So I recommend you check it out. It's a lot of fun.
I may have a little dabble with that one, because I liked what I saw of you playing it. It looks like fun.
It's fun.
All right, so let me bring up our notes here, so I can read what I put down, because I can't remember. So I'll put 3 minutes on the clock for myself. It's great. I just type things and then go, yeah, that's gone. I don't need to remember that anymore. It's like
So if I'd gone in there and changed what you'd written, this could be a completely different story.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't.
Oh my god! You shouldn't have told him.
Oh, that's a thing we can do.
I probably would realize that. Well, I'd like to think I would, but no guarantees. Anyway, before people start changing, it's gonna be a bit like Ron Burgundy. Like, fuck you, San Diego.
You're gonna be playing some very weird, inappropriate video games here. Just...
Yeah, Tentacle Porn 5. What?
I hope you like Calgon.
Right, okay, 3 minutes on the clock for me, and go. Right, so I've been playing a good chunk of Pro Evolution Soccer 2018, and I really like it. Like, 2017 was like a bit of a return to form for the series after a few years where it was a bit crap, so to speak. Like, I actually for a few years I was playing FIFA as opposed to PES, and that hasn't happened since I was like playing football games on the Super Nintendo. But this one, like, really good. They've kind of like, they've slowed the gameplay down a bit, but not to the extent where it plods, but it's a lot more deliberate, but it actually helps the flow of the gameplay. Like, you can put moves together a lot easier, and when you're starting out early game in the league mode in it, which is the Master League, it actually helps you because you've got rubbish players. It helps you like play a bit better. It's still pretty tricky, but it does enable you to sort of be a bit more measured in your play. That game, menus wise, still looks like hot shit. Not shit hot, hot shit, as in the bad connotation.
The bad shit.
The bad shit, man. The bad juju. They really need to like just redesign the menu system in that game, because it's like they haven't changed it for years and it's awful. Like really bad. And the commentary, I don't even know why they bother having it in the game, because it's just terrible. There's times when like you'll have one commentator saying something and then the other commentator will just come in and start saying something over the top of them, and it's just like, what are you doing? Like, this is terrible. Like, this is like, you know, school kid video game making, but the actual gameplay is brilliant. And just a plug, I've started a series that I'm going to put out every Monday and Wednesday, called Talking Games FC, where it's just going to be me playing. Most episodes will be just a game per episode, and I'll be playing for full season of Master League. And quickly, I mentioned it last week in my lightning round. I'm going to talk about it because I played a bit more. I played a little bit more of the Battle Chasers Night War closed beta, and I gotta say, I think I'm going to highly recommend that to people. It looks good. It plays really well. Even if you're not a fan of like turn-based combat in games, there's just something about it. Like, it clicks really well with me. I'm terrible at turn-based combat, but I think it's just at the moment right now it's a bit more sort of simple. It's just like, you know, pick a basic power and use it, or you can pick a magic power and use it, and it's just a lot more easy to like gauge what you're doing. And I also appreciate it because I was fighting this one guy and he said to me, "I don't like you," and he was with somebody else, and then he goes, "He doesn't like you either," and I was like,
oh,
Star Wars reference.
Ponda Baba playing
Yeah.
that video game with one arm.
Yeah, but yeah, I couldn't chop his arm off, so I was a bit disappointed by that. But yeah, I think that game's out possibly next week on all platforms. So I may well, I think I selected to get the PS4 version when I backed the Kickstarter, so I may well do some streaming of that when it comes out. But that game is fun. So that was my not 3 minute lightning round. So Matt, I refrained from speaking about Metroid because I think, Matt, you're the best place to speak about it being retro video game. Man, no pressure. This better be good,
Let
okay?
you down.
or I'm going to have Sam edit it out entirely.
Sam,
Be gone completely.
Sam, do not side with you. It's just
these are my machines.
Respect.
I'm sure you will do wonderfully.
Oh, I mean, he's evil.
No, I'm not. I'm joking. I would never do that to you, Matt. Not with that hair.
Oh.
I'm way too attracted to you right now to wish
well,
any
in
harm
that case,
right.
Oh,
on that note, 3 minutes on the clock. Go.
Okay, stop me if you've heard this one before. There are some parasites in space. And the only person that can do anything about it is a bounty hunter. That's a lady.
Whoa.
Boom.
Also a genocidal
Metroid
maniac.
Return of Samus. No, it's a good game. It's a cool remake of Metroid 2. So if you're familiar with that game, it's playable. So that's an improvement. Not that Metroid 2 is not. It's just very difficult to go back to because screens are better than the Game Boy now. I don't know. It does a lot of right things, and I think they played it safe, but I'm glad they did. I don't need an Other M or a I don't need a Federation Force. I need just a regular Metroid, and that's what this is. I mean, it's it's the same story. There's 40 some odd Metroids in whatever fictional location they're in. I don't know. I feel like each one has a bit of a different play mechanic. So when you get to the Metroid, it's like, oh, I got to figure out what this Metroid's thing is in order to defeat it. And that's pretty cool. It does add a bit of variety to it. I'm not too deep into the game. But I'm deep enough to have gotten the ice beam and the wall climbing ability and all those fun things. But the best thing about this game, literally I'm not gonna say the only reason to buy it, but at least I think my favorite thing about the game is this melee attack.
Hell yes.
And there is something about it where it's when you nail it, it's just fucking yeah. That feels so good. That feels so good.
I agree.
It just feels right. It just feels right. Like you go and start looking for people come on, hit me. It never gets old. It never gets old. You can see the guy floating. He charges. He comes to you, and then you just smack him.
You uppercut a motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And it feels really cool, almost to the extent where. Let's just say if I had a life that I had nothing to lose, I would maybe try it in real life.
Solid recommendation. There's another Matt Wood box
if
quote
that's
right
how
there.
good it feels in this video game, I can only imagine what it feels like to actually smack someone like that and then shoot them. I don't recommend doing that.
So next week, Matt won't be on the podcast.
No.
He'll be in jail for starting a fight club in Arkansas.
Yeah, well, maybe, hopefully, no one I work with or the parents of my students are listening to this, but I would never.
Mr. Wood, why are your knuckles bloody? No reason, boy.
Exactly. But think about it. If you had a hand cannon, if you had an arm cannon, and to just use that and then shoot from it. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I mean,
it's kind of
that's what you get when you go to heaven. When you go to heaven, God's like, "Here you go. Here's your arm cannon, and here's some parasitic bugs to hit."
Yeah, it's basically like if Mega Man wasn't a little bitch.
Yeah, if Mega Man didn't suck, if Mega Man wasn't a terrible everything. I really don't like Mega Man.
Yeah,
but that's another discussion for another day. No, it's a really good game. It's easily worth the $40. It's a ton of fun. I haven't really played too much with the amiibo support, so I don't even know if that's worth it. I didn't buy the Squishy amiibo and the Squat and Samus amiibo. just because that amiibo only looks cool from one angle, and every other angle it looks ridiculous.
It really does.
Is she? Wait, I haven't heard of this. So is she squatting as if she's going to, go to the bathroom in the woods?
So it's replicating the cover to, well, I guess to this game, but also it's an homage to the cover of Metroid 2. But she's kind of got like her arm like this. I'm imagine, if you will,
like she's doing the Macarena.
Yeah, she's doing one of these, but she's like squatting. And so like that looks cool if you're looking right at it from the front. But if you turn it, you're just like, Sam's just squatting down.
Maybe it was Thigh Day when she did the pose.
Exactly. I mean, where else are you gonna go? You're on an alien planet, so I mean, I get it.
Yeah, there is
Fair enough.
Right. So moving on. I also liked Matt's words in our Discord chat where it's a Metroid ass video game.
Yeah, it really is. Like they took no chances.
Like it really is.
It's just so nice to have like a regular Metroid game, because like as far as regular Metroid, it was like the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's. I mean, you have Other M, which was something totally different. You had Federation Force, which doesn't count. You have the Prime games. You had that pinball game, which was actually pretty sweet, but that wasn't a Metroid game. Yeah, I think it's the Game Boy Advance, like their Fusion or Zero Mission is the last time we had just a regular Metroid game. Then again, we've had like 10,000 Metroidvanias and so on and so forth. So I mean that fix is there, but as far as like this franchise, it feels good. It feels like they've done what they are supposed to.
Yeah, and wasn't Super Metroid the direct sequel to this one?
Yes, yeah. So when you pop in Super Metroid, it literally says Metroid 3 when you turn it on.
Cool. Well, I'll be playing that in a couple of weeks on my SNES Mini Classic. So
yeah, I'm going to try to get one, but it says, of course, the last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
Also, as I said, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the fact that Samus is basically sent to just like go and do some genocide for us. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's fine.
But they're parasitic flying bugs, and you can see through them. They deserve it.
They have feelings too.
Only that last one that thinks Samus is its mother. That's it.
Oh, okay. Creepy.
Yeah. It saves you at the end of Super Metroid. Spoiler.
Oh, spoilers. Well, I've already played that, so spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler for a 22-year-old video game.
Yeah. Shut up! Don't make me feel old. Okay, right. So we've got a good chunk of news items that we're going to talk about this week. I'm gonna quickly run through stuff that was announced at the Tokyo Game Show. Sony had a conference there this week. So firstly, this could be interesting, could be terrible. Metal Gear character artist Yoji Shinkawa is working on a new video game called... Where the hell is the name of this thing? It's called Left Alive. Not many details on it. It's just called... they're calling it like a survival shooter. And it looks like it's kind of set in a post-apocalyptic world. So that'll be interesting to keep an eye out. I don't know... That's being developed by Square Enix, so I imagine that'll be a cross-platform, multi-platform game. There's a new Earth Defense Force game coming out. This caught my eye. Zone of the Enders 2 is being made into a VR version. So if you're a fan of Hideo Kojima's Side Bay, then that may well be one for you, but I'm guessing you'll also have to have a VR headset, and it's saying it's an enhanced version of Zone of the Enders 2 HD, which was originally put out for PS3. It'll have enhanced graphics, 4K support, and it also said they're gonna do some cool stuff with new audio effects in that game. So I'm guessing maybe like 3D audio, which in VR is kind of like the standard anyway. Monster Hunter World got a release date, which will be January 26, 2018, and that will be out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So that's quite soon, January 26th. I don't think anybody was expecting it when they announced the release date for it to be so close. I'm not really familiar with any Monster Hunter games. I've never played them, but people seem to love those games. So this may be where I enter that game. They showed a trailer for the HD remake of Shadow of the Colossus, which looks gorgeous. I think I probably will be playing that one again. And lastly, which I kind of freaked out about, they announced, it kind of leaked the day before, so it wasn't a huge surprise, but the fact that it actually happened is pretty cool. They announced and released that at that moment Final Fantasy IX for PS4. And at the moment, I think it's discounted by 20% for PS Plus users. So right now it's $16 as opposed to 21. Yes.
Wait, Final Fantasy IX as in like the PlayStation 1 game?
Yes. That game. I don't know if there's any like HD upres or whether it's just like a straight port like they've done with Final Fantasy VII, but that's pretty cool because that's like a lot of people regard that as like the best Final Fantasy game. It's like incredibly popular, but yeah, I would be a bit disappointed if they hadn't like upped the resolution a bit, like not necessarily like new graphics, but probably a higher resolution, I'd imagine.
I think it's the best PlayStation Final Fantasy game. That's tactics excluded. Seven was great, but I think the story in 9 was a lot cooler.
Yeah.
8 I didn't care about at all.
I don't remember much about it. I played it through and I remember really enjoying it, but as far as PS1 Final Fantasy games, I think 7 was the one I went back to a few times. So I think when I've got a bit of money spare and not much to play, which I don't see happening in the near future, I'll probably pick it up and play it through again.
Fun fact, Final Fantasy IX, you can still buy it directly from Square Enix on Amazon, brand new, directly from them, PlayStation 1 copy for $15.
That's amazing.
It's so weird that they still keep that really old game still in stock.
Makes you wonder how many copies of that game they pressed.
Yeah. They had, because there's no way they reprinted that anytime recently.
It's like Atari with that E.T. game.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to pass over to Sam, and we're going to hear about something else now, which is quite a cool little story. It's partly speculation, but this thing definitely exists on the Switch. That's for sure.
Yes. We're going to treat it as fact, so, because I like it, and that makes me happy. So there's a secret game on the Switch that is an emulation of the NES Golf game from 1984. And people have found out that... Okay, oh my god, I don't even know how to start. I'm so excited about this. So they're saying that it's probably a tribute to... I apologize in advance for my pronunciations. A tribute to Satoru Iwata, the former president of Nintendo, who passed away in 2015. And so the way that this game apparently becomes available is you have to take the motion controls off and like do this special motion that apparently Iwata would do on his presentations for Nintendo Direct. And you can only do it and activate it on July 11th, which is the day that he passed away in 2015. So it's a pretty tricky way to get it available, to get it unlocked. And so because the Switch is so tied into the internet, like there's not a way to cheat the system with the date to try to reset it to let you do this. So the only way to do it is to be on a Switch that's never been on the internet, or wait for July 11th, I guess next year, to do it. So
you can't Animal Crossing that.
I don't know. But yeah, so they're saying that it's just, you know, this tribute to him. They're kind of equating it to something called an omamori, which is a charm that you can traditionally buy at shrines, and it's something that's kept unopened and is there to offer you protection or give you luck in your life. So it's exciting for me to think. Oops, excuse me. To think that, you know, hopefully Nintendo was behind this, but also I'm kind of excited if like maybe they weren't, and maybe it was just these developers that felt so strongly about him that they wanted to do this for him and just kind of snuck it in there. Either way, I think it's a really great gesture, and it makes me happy that like all of us now who have a Switch have this little Omamori charm that's just like sitting there on our Switch, giving us protection and luck, and like we didn't even know about it, and it's just there waiting for us.
Yeah.
And of course, like when July 11th comes around, you can try to activate it if you want, or you can just keep it as it is. But it makes me really happy that this exists.
Yeah, so. It's such a delightfully Nintendo thing. Like I'm convinced that like it's like them that put it there. Like I think they're like keeping their lips sealed as to like. It's, you know, it being there and why. But I think also a lot of people are freaking out. It's just like, well, this means that there's a NES emulator inside the Switch. So that means Virtual Console.
If it's playable, that's what that has to mean, you know.
The infrastructure is obviously there inside the console to, like...
I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah, games with NES coding.
I totally missed the excitement for that part. I was just so like, this is such a sweet idea. This is just the neatest thing. I didn't even think about.
Oh yeah, it's lovely. Like when I was reading it, I was like, that is such a like sweet thing, because that guy was like, well, let's face it, he's like a gaming industry god. Like that, he's basically kind of, I suppose you could call him like the gaming industry's equivalent of Stan Lee, really. So to know, like you said, Sam, like to know that you've got like a little tribute to him, just like squirreled away inside your Switch console, is such a like cool little thing. And like I said, it's just such a delightfully like quirky little Nintendo thing. And like, you know, I actually learned something as well. Like, you know, who knew that the Japanese had little charms like that? Well, other than the Japanese, of course.
Well, yeah.
Not to be this guy, but did it have to be golf?
Well, we all know golf's a stupid sport.
Balloon fights.
Maybe
better.
Apparently, really liked golf. Maybe that was like his favorite game.
Well, he
I know he designed that one.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was his game, so that's why it's there.
But he had a lot of the so a lot of the black box sports games were either made by third parties like IREM or, you know, made in house. And I know he did golf, but yeah, balloon fights. Another one he made, and it was a little bit better.
Isn't that going to be on?
It's a very nice thing. It's a very nice thing.
That's going to be on the arcade collection, isn't it? Balloon fights.
Should be. Yeah, there you go. So,
yeah,
this is going to be there.
Sweet.
Okay. It's a great game.
Okay, Matt.
It's like Joust.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. Fun. Yeah. So let's talk about Tomb Raider, shall we, Matt?
Yeah. Did it come out this morning or last night? Because I saw it this morning.
I believe.
Yesterday?
Well, it was weird because they originally posted it on Instagram, so it was in this awful square format, and I was just like, I am not watching a movie trailer in 4:3 format like it's 1986. Give me like a widescreen 16:9, because, you know, like my phone screen is that format, yo. Get with it, people.
Oh my gosh, you is so sassy tonight, you guys.
Talking games.
Yeah.
After dark.
talking shit.
I don't know
yo.
what that meant. Yeah, exactly. We're
So
a-holes.
yes.
Yeah, it has the potential to be a good video game movie. The trailer dropped. It looks fine. I have to be. You have to be. Assassin's Creed was a thing, and it turned out to be bad. And we've been down this road before. I can't get excited about any video game movie. I can't. But the trailer looked fine. And it has from Ex Machina and
Alicia Van Decker.
Sounds good.
Van Kidder.
Yeah. She's a fine actress, so that's good. It looks like they're putting some money behind it. That's a good sign. It's already caught a little bit of heat because of a ridiculous poster.
Yes.
Where they gave her a 3-foot long neck.
She looks like one of the aliens from the end of Close Encounters.
But I've heard that her neck is like she does have a long neck.
I have seen like the photo comparisons of like her and her movies, and it's like she is part giraffe. So
she actually does have quite a long neck. So I don't doubt that they use Photoshop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
But I mean, I don't know if like that's like a part to be concerned.
Yeah, I think it's the internet wanted to have something, and those that weren't complaining that it wasn't Angelina Jolie had to complain about something else. So
moreover, I think it's just another one of those annoying like posters where it's like I'm a female character, so I must have my butt, my boobs, and my face showing at all times. Like, like just have an image of her just like jumping and like with a bow and arrow or something, as opposed to just like and it's just not like outside of that, it's just not a very good photo. Like the font for the logo is terrible. Like it looks like clip art. It just looks really like right now we're in a golden age of fucking god awful movie posters. Like some of the ones for Spider-Man Homecoming were dreadful. It's like someone just like dragged and dropped people's faces into paint.
That's movie posters now. You don't have the illustrated movie poster anymore, and it drives me crazy.
That's true. But like I think the word fine is the best way to sum it up.
Exactly. It does look like Metroid. But maybe this is my word of the day, but it looks like they are playing it safe. It looks like the plot from the remake game that came out in like 2013. It was a good story, so why not? It's not overly complicated, which I think those Jolie movies got to be at a certain point. It's just, she's stranded on an island with some bad dudes, and she's got to fuck some shit up. So it looks cool.
And then hopefully shit gets like crazy and a bit mystical and goofy towards the end.
Yeah, it's got like your fun little fan servicey thing where it's like, oh, I got my dual splatties, and I have my ponytail in that last scene.
Desert Eagle splatties.
Exactly, my Desert Eagle splatties.
I'm hoping there's no bits where she mistimes her jump sliding down a slope and gets skewered with a spike up through the bottom of her chin and just goes. Then they have to restart.
There are a few moments where you see her. Sorry, someone's calling and it's connected to my computer. But there are some few moments where you see her like falling into water, like out of a tree, and it kind of looks as if they are, I guess.
Because that game like puts it. She gets the shit beaten out of her.
I don't think we're gonna watch her get a you can see the stick in her mouth as it jabs through her head and all that. Yeah, that game is like when you die in Uncharted, like Nathan Drake just kind of keels over, but like when you die in Tomb Raider, it's like we're gonna really destroy her. Like we're gonna make sure we impale her on something. It's
you
got
dead girl
for you, kid. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna make sure that you're miserable after you watch it. And the thing is, like, that's especially in that first game. That's a hard part. The part where she falls in the water and then like she becomes a Laura kebab. It's hard. So you have to watch that many times.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sam, what
guys,
did you think of it?
Hugh's starting to take off his clothes. So
It's getting hot in
I don't
her.
know where this is going. This is the late night talking games, getting crazy podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen next.
Oh,
Oh goodness!
Whoa!
We just saw some belly.
Whoa!
Don't call
You
it
want to talk about
belly.
things to edit?
That makes
Sam.
it sound big. If
Which-
I do
or should
take
refer
my
to
shirt
his
off,
spectacular abs, guys. We just saw spectacular abs from Hugh. It was a brief glimpse, but it was
yeah,
worth it.
okay. Anyway, back to Tomb Raider. What
6
did you
out of
think of it,
10.
Sam? Spectacular abs?
I'm sorry, I didn't watch it. It was late into the document late, and I had a busy day at work, and I'm so sorry. But I will say, it's great, but I could really go for a Chloe and Nadine Uncharted movie
Yes,
if
please.
we're making that kind of thing. So
Oh.
that would be all right with me.
Yeah. That would be cool. I would go for that. That would
Kelsey,
be
did you
awesome.
watch it?
Yeah. It's fine. I mean, I don't care for video game movies because I don't expect a lot. And I didn't know that they were even making a movie until I saw the trailer yesterday. So,
Yeah, other than the odd set photo, it's
Like-
been pretty quiet.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I did watch Tomb Raider when I was young. Like, I used to go with my dad to the movie theater to watch the beautiful Angelina Jolie. But now, like, I just don't care. I think that's what it is. Like,
It's
I
fair
just
enough.
don't.
I think that's
It's
that's,
never
yeah, where I
it's
come-
never going to be as good as the Street Fighter movie with Kylie Minogue
But
and
me-
Jean-Claude Van Damme. So,
It's a good movie.
I just feel like movie studios should start doing new things. I don't know.
Oh,
whoa,
maybe
come
we
on,
should be
Kelsey.
creative.
Come on. Stop being silly now. We don't live in
I
an
don't
age
know.
of
A
originality.
wild idea, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
I think I'm with you on, like, I hope that movie's good because it could be good, but if it's not, then
So what?
I don't know. We're gonna get Spider-Man playing
Exactly.
Nathan Drake soon, so I'm sure that will be as okay as it possibly can be.
Yeah. I mean, I think out of any video game, I think that one's got the elements to probably work best as a movie, like given the characters in it. Like it's got I think for me it could be like a really cool let's face it, it's video game Indiana Jones. So
Yep.
as long as they get I think it's a good opportunity with Uncharted to have like a video game movie with good relationships between the characters, which is what for me makes Uncharted special. And again, with Uncharted, it's not sort of like just some dudes either. There's kind of like that sort of mystical, spiritual, like mythical element to it as well. So if they can kind of like combine those elements, I think that is the where you can have the most fun with putting together a good movie. I think Tomb Raiders is not it doesn't feel quite like it could be as fun as Uncharted could possibly be. I'm hoping I'm wrong in that. Like I really want to like this movie. Like if it's some of the shots in that trailer are like more or less lifted straight out of that reboot game.
Yeah.
So
But
you know,
that was a good game.
it was a good game. But like you say, it's not a particularly sort of groundbreaking story or like particularly deep.
No.
So I'm hoping. I'm a bit disappointed they haven't got. I can't remember the character's name, but that like big chunky like New Zealander who she has with him in those games. I can't remember his name, but he's like
Peter Jackson.
I love that character. Like he's really good, like a really good sort of like way to bring a bit more sort of humor and a bit more personality out of Lara. Because there's some good sort of like little quippy bits in that game. So I'm hoping that guy they've got was in the trailer. Obviously, because it's Hollywood, you can't have someone who's a bit overweight in a movie. Heaven forbid they did that. So that's probably why they've got this skinny, like buff dude with like really defined muscles and stuff. So he looks like he could probably fight the planet. But yeah, I'll go and see it, and hopefully it's good. But yeah, as I think the overall opinion is fine. Like a weather forecast. Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
She is a good actress though. Like,
Yeah, I do like her.
I'll give them that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, they've got like there's a good cast in it. There's Dominic Purcell's in it as well, isn't it? He's playing her father. So no, Dominic West. Sorry. So you know, there's some acting chops in that movie. So hopefully they give them some good material to work with.
But Assassin's Creed had Michael Fassbender and Marion Cotillard, so yeah.
Fassbender's been in a few stinkers in his time, so anyhow, right. Sam, tell us about how Steam is countering the dark art of the review bomb.
I don't want
Not
to.
Sam, Kelsey. I was looking at you. I was looking at Sam. I was looking at Sam, thinking Kelsey, and I was like, "It's 50% chance that I'm going to get this right," and I didn't. So, my apologies, Kelsey. Matt, tell us about.
Well, see, Steam. Stop me if you've heard this one before.
Kelsey, please
Do I
rescue
go
me.
now?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. I'm leaving.
When I wanted to talk about this news article, I didn't know that my Immortal Enemy, Felix Kjelberg, was mentioned. And upon further reading, I noticed that he was there. That's PewDiePie, for anyone who didn't know his real name. So basically, what ended up happening is that the last episode where we spoke about what PewDiePie did, I'm not going to go into details, but after he did what he did, I think it was let me just check, the developer, yeah. They issued a strike against PewDiePie after what he did last week. And obviously with 74 million YouTube subscribers, some of them flocked over to Steam and began to it's review bomb, I guess, but basically they just give a whole shit ton of negative reviews, and it makes the game look bad, even though like there is a reason, and even though they'll come out and explain that that's the reason why the game has done horribly in, like, let's say an hour. It still sucks and it's annoying. And if I were the developer, like, I would be more annoyed than anything else. But Steam countered it with it's hard to explain, but basically it's a way to counter the review bomb by checking like the change of reviews over a set period of time. So usually when people review bombs, so in the case of Firewatch, it was over like an hour to a couple of hours, and they're able to see how many negative reviews happened within that certain amount of time. And if the majority of the reviews happen, let's say during an hour, and it's quickly after something like a social thing has happened that doesn't involve the game at all, they're going to counter that. So originally it affects the overall game score, but Steam has found a way to measure it and then counter it.
Yeah. So
and that makes me happy because I hate piss babies. So
yeah, it's basically, I think what they've got is it's kind of just like a line graph. So it has peaks and troughs.
It's a bar.
So if, say, for example, I don't know, let's say PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which I would, would have mostly positive reviews. So it'll have a line that shoots up when it first comes out and then plateaus and is sort of plodding along as, positive, positive, positive. And then say like Brendan Green removes a gun that people like and people are butthurt about it, and then the line will just like drop, and you can see
exactly
if it's a very severe like downward line, you can tell that those negative reviews happened in a very short space of time. So it was obviously you can then like it, and I think the bottom of the graph has like the dates, so you can then sort of like you could just Google sort of like this date, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Oh, they took a gun out of the game at that date. So obviously people were pissed off. So they were review bombing, and then you can, hopefully people will have won't be too lazy to not like check up on that thing. I think hopefully people will be savvy enough to look at this thing and go, right, okay, something's up there. Like you say, Kelsey, with Firewatch, when the review bomb happened, and
high reviews. Like I love that game.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game.
And just so ridiculous. I can't even believe this.
Kelsey's so mad right now, you guys.
She's
got this angry look on her face.
I hate PewDiePie. Fucking fight me. I hate it.
No, nobody's
She's gonna go get that uppercut melee punch that Matt was talking about.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna put that into play.
That'd be cool.
I'll be there with my phone, like recording it, and then we'll put it on YouTube. Yeah, as modern people do.
Yep.
But yeah, I just hope that decent gamers will be savvy enough to realize like these things happen, and research why there's this downward curve, like a sudden downward curve in the reviews for these games, and hopefully it won't like it's bound to still have an effect on the sales of the games. Like I don't think everybody is going to be
of course
so inclined as to look into it, but hopefully it will curtail it somewhat. And as Kelsey
I think
go on. No, speak.
Like, I think if you're going to Steam, or, like, let's say a player like me, like, usually I'll go to Steam to get a PC game that I've heard good things about. Like, I don't go on Steam looking through the games. Like, it's usually I hear something good about it.
Yeah.
So if you hear a lot of good things and then you see, like, a negative review, I'll find that weird, but I don't know if other players care. Like, that's the thing. It's still frustrating for a developer to like have to deal with something so stupid. Like you can't speak up, and then you have like your scores drop. Like it's unfortunate, and I don't know. I think with more time, if more people begin to look into things, like maybe it'll become a habit and more people will do it. I don't know. Yeah,
and I think it's just like it brings up that whole, there's a whole other conversation then around like the whole thing with the developers of Firewatch basically legally forcing PewDiePie to remove his content of their game, whether or not the law that enables them to do that is outdated and doesn't really work with how like YouTube entertainers and Twitch streamers and so on and so forth, like their existence isn't really accounted for in that current law about digital media rights. But the fact of the matter is, as right now as it stands, if someone like PewDiePie or one of the big Twitch streamers like Shroud or Summit1G or someone like that, if they do something that is forcing a developer to forces a developer to go, what you just did is morally like reprehensible, we don't agree with it, we don't want to be associated with what you've done. The worry is that right now, where there's that kind of I guess you could call it like a gentleman's agreement, for want of a better term, where for like people like us, we can create content with those games and we can post them, like and most are okay with you making money from it. Like Nintendo are a bit funny about it. Like if you post, like Bobby will like attest to this, anytime, the couple of times I've posted videos of Nintendo games, he just gets emails saying like, you cannot monetize this video, you cannot make money from this video. That's fine, but they still let you post that content. And the issue lies with, if developers end up putting their foot down and stopping YouTube entertainers and Twitch streamers from streaming, creating videos with their games, you've got quite a lot of people now who make their living as YouTube entertainers and Twitch streamers, and they make damn good money from it. And if that one person doing what he did, so, using a racist word, can cause them to go to across the board to go, no, we need to change the law, so we don't want any content because we can't trust these people to conduct themselves responsibly. You could ruin people's lives and careers, possibly with the way just one person's acting. Like it's not probably just him. I'd imagine there's probably people who don't have as much notoriety as him doing similar things, but they just don't get the exposure. But he is the single biggest YouTuber on the planet, and when he does stuff like that, up until now he's got away with it, but I think heads have turned this time, which is good. Hopefully he'll learn this time. I'm not particularly confident about that. But it's worrying, and I saw a clip of I can't remember the guy's name, but he was saying like, if I get stopped from making this content, it's not going to be a gradual thing, it's going to be sudden. And he was like, I could go from making thousands of dollars a month to having nothing. And he was like, that could like seriously cause me some problems. So yeah, and it, with the review bombing, that could seriously, you could ruin a developer by doing that. The sales of their game could, say for example, well, a game just came out and something similar to what happened with PewDiePie happens, and they, early on in its life, it gets review bombed. That could just destroy that game's sales, and it could sell, and that developer may never, as great as that game might be, that they may never have the money to make another game. So I think it's, there's just such a like big ripple effect from what PewDiePie did, that I think he and everybody who does what they do needs to take a long, hard look at themselves and realize that they've got a responsibility to everybody who does what they do, and casual people who do it as a passion project like us, because they could destroy, like, we could end up just, we won't be able to stream anymore, we won't be able to do our videos on YouTube anymore, we'd just be a podcast, which would be like extremely sad. So I think we will wrap it up on. Anybody else got anything to say on that one? No,
I'm fed up with him.
Yeah, you've always got to be a Debbie Downer on things, Kelsey. You're always so serious with what you bring to the show. It's like, that's twice now. So, right, how are we doing? All right, let's do a quick listener question before we do one.
Are we going to have time for a quick Kelsey question as well? Because, I mean, since she brought us down, I think it's her job to bring us back up.
Yeah,
You guys have to warn me.
It was in the
It's
document.
in the doc.
It's in the document.
Was it?
Oh my god.
It was in the document with multiple comments on the document.
I wrote something.
You did. It basically reads like this.
Twice.
I was like, I wrote, Kelsey, think of this week's Fuck, Marry, Kill, but keep it secret until the show. And then in brackets, try to think of some people Sam will know, please. And then in another set of brackets, and include animals / non-humans. This is Matt adding this. No animals / non-humans, Sam. So...
What? No, come on. Spyro was a thing. We hadn't... Whatever.
All right, it can either be all animals, non-humans, or all humans. I don't like to mix and match.
Hey, that's the
How about
game. That's the game.
It's time to play the game.
All right,
Okay,
do we
well...
want to do a listener question while she thinks about it?
Yes, let's do this one, because I do quite like this one. I'd be interested to see what people's thoughts of this one, and I think we can give quick answers to this whilst Kelsey comes up with her wonders.
God, she's getting out paper and pen to take notes.
Wow,
I don't know, this is
she
gonna
going to do some? She's going to do some artwork for this, which might be a bit gross. So a
No,
gentleman.
I'm not that good of an artist.
Do some artwork.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
Sketch something for us.
That's Matt's real voice when he doesn't
Paint.
put this other one on.
The only picture I got's the one in my mind, so...
Some folk will never lose a toe, but then again, some folk will. Like Matthew, the sack, George, Yokel.
Bring it to life.
Hugh,
Okay.
please, that listener question. Let me get to it.
I can see Sam's soul leaving her body right now. Right,
You don't
so
want to see it, Sam? All right.
Jen, shut up, man.
You.
I'm gonna mute you. Writer Sean on Twitter says, "What game in innovation has spoiled you so much that you can't go back to the old ways? Instant save points, for example." So Sam, what are your thoughts on this one?
So this is a bad answer, but like pretty much everything. Like, I love the way games are now. They're 3D. The graphics are so good. I can control the camera. I have good aim with stuff. Definitely being able to save a game. I know Matt loves the old school stuff, but I can't go back to it. I don't like it that much. Going back, it's just so hard. I'm so spoiled right now with the way things are that just anything is hard for me to go back to. I know he hates me now.
Matt's doing his evil, like Zodiac killer.
Creepy as hell.
That's why
And
he's
got his hair pulled back and his eyes, and it's just it's scary.
That's why he got the pop filter, so we can hide behind it like a.
That's exactly why.
Matt, what would be yours?
So I've heard that the new Everybody Golf's like Hot Shots game on the PS4, like apparently during the loading screen you can practice the meter, and I think that once I do that, that's going to ruin my Mario Golf is one of my favorite games. Like that, I've played that more than any 3DS game, and when I heard that, like that alone made me want to buy that game. But I think another one is being able to control the speed of text on the screen.
Yes,
that's a surprisingly big one. Like I hate when games don't allow for that amount of somewhat, borderline customization. It's just when you're playing like an RPG, especially like an older one, and it can only handle like 10 words on the screen at a time. It's a killer.
Yeah,
like,
and those words come up really slowly, and it's just like
any NES like Square Enix or just Square game is just there's no purpose in buying it because it's so tedious, and I have no interest in going back to that.
Yeah,
but anything like that, anything that makes a game tedious, it's like RPGs especially. just because there's a certain level of just like patience that's required to get through them. Yeah, that's a big one for me.
I think personally for me is full analog controls. I think the day box controls were a thing of the past was a watershed moment for gaming. Like, having grown up playing like Resident Evil, where it's just like turn, 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 move forward, turn, 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 and it's just like, that was like, going back and playing that now is, oh my god, it's like mind numbing. Like, if I press the left stick left, I want my character to go left. I don't want to have to like turn them with one stick and then like press forward. It was just awful, especially with my diminished capacity to comprehend things in my mid to late 30s. I think definitely full analog controls. Like you play like Resident Evil 1 and 2. I can't remember whether 3 had box controls, but if you play like Resident Evil 4 compared to like 1, 2, and 3, the difference the analog controls made in that game was just spectacular. So I think that would be it for me. So, Kelsey, have you got one?
Wait. Can I jump back in real quick and then Kelsey?
Of course you can.
I'm sorry, I forgot one thing. One thing that I really love right now is online gaming and being able to play with other people so easily. That's just, I remember playing games when I was younger and just getting stumped somewhere and not being able to figure it out. And that was the end of the game because, whatever. But now I've got so many people I can just like be like, hey, what am I supposed to be doing here? How do I get past this? And just playing online with them is a lot of fun. So that's one thing that I can never go back to also.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, now Kelsey.
Well, online gaming, definitely. I like that I could, I'm growing to love playing with other people. I think I was a very solitude player, but now I'm enjoying it. Definitely speeding up the text. Half the time I read too much in school. I don't have time for this. For all of this. I'm like those players who it's like the instructions and I'm just speeding past, and then I walk 1 centimeter and I fall and I don't know why I screwed up.
Fair.
Save points. I hate games that there's specific save points. Like, I just want to save wherever the hell I want, and then I'm going to come back whenever the hell I want to come back. And if they want to scare me and warn me that I'm coming up to a boss and they're saving me, that's fine. But let me also save wherever I want. I like that. Moving, pretty much everything you guys said. Like, I do think games have improved. Maybe it's because I don't really have much to compare to, so it's kind of all similar to me. But I do think they've gotten better. I like that characters speak, and I'm not just staring at a face.
Yeah.
I like that they talk to me. I feel like I'm getting to know them.
It's fair enough.
You like that even in Metroid? Because, okay.
I feel a Matt rant coming.
It's fine. It's her answer. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm done.
Well done, Matt. Good show of restraint. Right, Kelsey, are you ready to drop it on us? What?
Okay, I feel like it's a bit disappointing because it's realistic.
Ugh.
I didn't have time to like process the better characters, as you will.
Okay.
Next week, all animals. All.
Thank you.
Do we have the correct
Finally.
names for these people now?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Siri on the list again?
Yeah. Now I will say, just give your answers, no reasoning again. Let's keep this short and sweet.
Okay. Lara Croft, Samus, and Zelda.
Wait,
Go.
who was the second one?
Samus.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh wow, that's a tough one. I kind of want to marry all of them.
I know, because they're all lovable. That's why I decided if I wasn't going to make it funny, I was going to make it hard.
New Lara Croft or like 90s Lara Croft?
Whatever, Laura. You want the pointy boobs? That's fine with me. You could choose her.
Okay.
News
that? No, I'm just kidding.
I kind of like modern Lara Croft better. Okay. Man. I think I know what I would go with. I think I would, and it pains me to do this, and it might backfire for me because she might kill me back anyway. I would probably kill Samus. Fuck Lara and marry Zelda. Because who doesn't want to live in a castle for the rest of their life? Basically. Matt, you look like you're going to say something.
I would kill Samus. I have my... Huw said no explanation.
Let the people decide what your reasoning is.
I would have sex with Zelda because she's like an elf person, and it would be cool to cross that off the bucket list. And I would
the bucket list.
I would marry. Yeah, exactly. If that helps, I would marry Lara Croft because she got that money.
But Zelda's got huge tracts of land.
Her tutorial is in her gigantic mansion with her doddering old butler. Yeah,
you can lock in a fridge.
In the ice fridge.
Yeah,
exactly. It's the best part of the game. So she got that money, and like she's an independent woman. She.
We ain't saying Matt's a gold digger. Right, Sam.
Okay, I apologize. I'm going to kill Zelda. I feel like she probably just has a really high-pitched voice most of the time. And
oh, no.
So, fuck Lara Croft and marry Samus. Why not?
The excellent decision.
She's probably out committing genocide all the time, and she wouldn't be home much.
Exactly.
They're not humans. It doesn't count.
Kelsey,
Kelsey,
creator
what are
of
the
this
correct
insanity.
answers?
Okay, I would kill Lara Croft. I would marry Samus and fuck Zelda. With Link.
No,
Nice.
That's not fair. No.
Hey.
I make the rules.
It's your game.
Hang on. Let's evaluate your wording. You would fuck Zelda with Link, so you wouldn't actually physically be fucking her yourself. You would hold Link and throw him at Zelda.
Wheelbarrow.
You'd hold him
Wheelbarrow.
and
By his feet.
Yeah.
You said no explanations.
This is more reasoning than explanation.
Oh
also
my.
also me being pedantic. So I kind of would like to watch that. Anyway, that wraps up this episode of Talking Games Podcast. Sam, don't edit that out. That was funny. Right, so this has been Talking Games episode 164. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/talkinggamesvideos. You can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/talkinggames. You can email us at games@talkingcomicbooks.com. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/talkinggamespc. And we are at talking_games on Twitter. Our personal Twitter handles are: I am at h_paz, Sam.
At SKSUVAK.
Kelsey.
Kelsamus, KELSSAMUS.
Matt.
At at Johnny Matwood
Cool.
on Twitter and Instagram.
And the Insta. So, and don't forget to subscribe to Bendis Assembled. It's very good.
Yeah.
And also a certain Canadian lady might be on there in the near future.
The far future.
What is it? November. It's Thanksgiving week.
No, not for me.
I know. I
Yeah,
shouldn't
no.
even said that.
I live in the UK. We don't get Thanksgiving.
Our Thanksgiving episode is the issue where Iron Man talks to Captain America's dead body the entire issue. So it's a real fun one.
He's probably drunk again.
Can't wait for Christmas.
Jingle bells, jingle bells. Cool. So this has been the Talking Games podcast. Thank you, Kelsey.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Huw.
And thanks to all of you. Until next time, be good to one another.